Fun atmosphere on set, so I'm interested, how did you indoctrinate the newcomers to your particularly unique way of working?
I did the first scene with everybody naked. Yeah, that was it. No, I think I was really pleased when Mackay said to me yesterday when we were talking, and he said, coming aboard Torchwood was, you just have to go with it. You know, we're all individuals, we all bring our own thing to it, but you just have to go with the flow, and I love that. That was really, for me, that was an important thing, because it showed that everybody who's coming into it new feels really welcome and feels that they can jump on board. I like to create it as a family atmosphere, and people can bring their families and kids on set to watch, at the appropriate times. But it's a good time. Why would I not want to come to work and have a good time?
And just one follow-up. You always seem so positive about the show, but are you ever angry about aspects of it? Do you ever have a fight with the director or the producer?
No, because that's not my job. My job is to come in, hit my mark, say the dialogue, and get the audience to watch it on screen. I'm there. They trust that I will do that, so I trust that they will have directors know what they're doing. I trust that the producers know what they're doing. I trust Russell and Julie implicitly. The directors, I trust. I might not agree with sometimes the things that I'm doing. And in fact, Billy, one of our directors this year, and a lot of the directors, the American ones, came to Eve and I and said, would your characters do this? And we have a discussion, and then I would then think, and Eve and I would look at each other and go, yeah, but if this is to be a new area for them, maybe they would change and do something different. So it was a learning experience for us, but I have to be honest with you, we've never fought, we've never had a row, I've never done that with directors, we just basically do what we're there to do.
Is it weird to think that Torchwood in the States is more popular than Doctor Who is here?
It's, you said it, I didn't. A big grin on my face. I came from the mothership. I came from Doctor Who, and I love Who, and don't ever let anyone tell you that I don't. But it's a great thrill to know that we have the little show that started out very small has become really, really big. And that's all. And I say it from the bottom of my heart that it's from the fans. They've stuck with us, they've kept on board, they've watched the show, they've allowed us to progress, the changes, they've let them happen, and also we've landed on our feet with stars. They've given us the budget to make it, and without them we wouldn't be here today. So I am humbled and absolutely grateful to the fans and to stars. So yes, it's a big smile that we are, as you said, bigger.
I have to say, my colleague was on the set visit, and he did an interview, and you mentioned that there would be a Face of Bo moment later on, and he asked me.
I think I was just winding him up.
He was only familiar with Torchwood. He said to me, "You watch Doctor Who? Do you know anything about this Face of Bo?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't tell you."
I can't remember what that was now. I maybe possibly was winding him up.
But I mean, there's things in Torchwood for Doctor Who fans who like Easter eggs.
There absolutely, and there always will be, because Jack is from that show, and also you have Gwen, whose ancestor Gwyneth who was taken by the Gelf in the Victorian episode. Forget the name of it.
Charles Dickens episode.
Exactly. So there's a relationship. So we're both from that chicken coop, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to think of a nice analogy, but we're both from the TARDIS, the world of the TARDIS. So it's yes, you will always have those Easter eggs. And for me, even as a fan myself, when I read the scripts and I'm like, there's one of them. Tick. And it's great to play. Great to play that, because like when we sit and watch the episode last night with everybody, for us to hear the reaction that they got it, fantastic. Paid off. And in fact, Jane, when she was sitting, when I said about the impaled, did you? I don't know if you saw the episode. Well, there's an episode, the episode that's on tonight, the third one, where he says, Rex says something to me, and I said, yeah, you should have seen the other guy about getting impaled. Well, that was meant just to be a throwaway line, and Jane said to me, the way you deliver it, she said, I hope it gets a laugh. And thank God I got a roar. And she was like, great.
So now Torchwood has moved to America, and it's pretty far up in Wales.
Do you think Torchwood would ever return to its roots over the Rift, or do you think now that it's on Torchwood?
Well, we will always be part of Wales. We will continue to do stuff in Wales. We will continue to be, we're part of the BBC, so we will always be doing part of Torchwood in the UK. So it's not like we've packed our bags and left. There will be a huge element of, you can't deny the roots. I mean, Russell loves going to places like Rosilly Beach and doing big action sequences in South Wales, so we will never have vacated there. So I don't know if the Rift will open back up. That might be a point of Torchwood that has finished because we're moving into other territories. The thing for us with the show, and the thing that's always been the way we've treated things, is we always move forward. We put the Easter eggs in from the past, but we continue to change and develop, which we think and we hope keeps our core audience and keeps the audience wanting more. Because if we didn't change, we'd be dull, we'd be cancelled, and that's what we do not want.
You said at Comic-Con 2 years ago something you did want was to play Captain America. Now that Park's gone elsewhere and you love superheroes, is there another superhero you long to play?
It's not that I long to play, but it would be something that I would, I gotta be honest with you, I've probably moved on from that. What I would like to play is Captain Jack Harkness in a big movie. I'd like Torchwood to move to the big screen. That, after 4 seasons with stars, I think that's our next progression.
Excellent.
And I would get my production company involved with it. I would get, and if Russell and Julie wanted me to help to do that stuff, I would be, and Stars did, I would be the first one to help sell it, because I think it would look phenomenal on the big screen.
It did.
It really
It
did.
did.
Yes, absolutely.
So, coming from a fashion angle.
Fashion angle.
Yeah.
Go on then.
So the first 3 seasons of Wales, you very much have your trademark look. It changed a little bit.
Yes.
And this season, you kind of updated a little bit to be more of an American.
And now, where do you get that from? Come on. How do you get the American feel?
Well, you're not so...
I'm intrigued.
You're not so much World War II. Not the vintage clothing. You kind of changed it. Your pants you've changed.
Oh no, the pants are flat fronts.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. The pants are not pleated. Well, that's not my. That's a design choice, and we have it
in your character. You kind of play it. I feel like you've updated. Jack has grown up a little bit in America.
Possibly.
So, in that kind of visual and presence with the character, is there anything that you added to this?
Oh yeah. Well, this is going to sound really silly, but the idea of having the belt and the braces here are suspenders. The suspenders were my idea to put them together, because that was a very kind of Midwestern farm boy look, which is what we had when we were in the UK.
Right.
I wanted to bring that Midwestern thing to them. The other thing that I did this season is the shirts now are more military looking. They have epaulets themselves, and I put the brace and the suspenders through the epaulets, which not many people would do. So it's and that was, again, that's this discussion. I'd sit with the wardrobe, with the head of wardrobe, and our designer, and I would say the little things that I wanted. And would talk about, for instance, I kept the Rolex watch, the 1950s Oyster chronograph, because that's actually what they wore in the RAF. I also kept there's 2 different cufflinks that I changed from. One of them is an RAF Spitfire, and the other one is just a generic RAF kind of design plane. So those were I wanted to do that. Also, when Jack in the past has worn a vest, I don't know if he will this time, but with Shauna, our designer, I said to her, I have a most people who've time traveled carry stopwatches. Those of you who will know that. And when Jack, if ever I wear a vest again, I will always have that stopwatch. But that watch is my grandfather's watch that I put in there, because I just love it. I think it's a beautiful piece. But I'm really, and the boots have changed.
They have.
Because Caterpillar don't make those boots anymore.
Really?
Yeah, so the boots that Jack wore, Cat do not make anymore. And we had to go for Wolverine. I had to go for a different brand. but they're still very comfortable.
As someone who prides himself on his appearance, how difficult for you was episode 2 when you had to look like death and be vomiting?
I loved death and vomiting. And you know, you might think that I pride myself on how I look. I really don't spend that much time on myself.
Oh, come on.
Seriously,
Yes.
I don't. I wash with soap, and I put moisturizer on, and I spray with regular deodorant like everybody. I don't really spend, because everybody else got up an hour and a half early to go to hair and makeup today. I woke up a half an hour before we had to be out. Showered, stick some gel in my hair, and wax, and off I go.
Really quick, how do you think, if you were ever to go back to Doctor Who, say for the 50th anniversary or something, how do you think Jack would react to multiple doctors at the same time?
I think he'd be very happy. The others might be too old to do anything, but I think with a couple of them, he'd be very happy.
That's what as my shirt says. You never forget your first doctor.
No, you never do. You never do. And I've had a few.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.